Today, I'd like to give you a brief introduction to the course Phonics, what the subject is about, how to prepare for the course, how to conduct the classes, and how to evaluate the students' performance. Phonics is a subject that helps children hear, identify, and use different sounds that distinguish one word from another in the English language. The students will learn some letter sound rules to help them with their reading and writing. For example, the combination of the letters SH is pronounced as sh, and double E is pronounced as E, and the letter P is pronounced as P. So when they see the word sheep, SHEEP, they'll be able to say it. Sheep, sheep. And when they hear the word sheep, they'll be able to spell it out. SHEEP. Phonics is a way of teaching children how to read and write. More advanced students will be able to read and write short passages after practicing all these different sound rules. The target students for this course is 5 to 8-year-old children who are non-native speakers of English. So their English skills are very limited. Some of them might have just learned the 26 letters of the alphabet. Many of them only have a very basic vocabulary. They can only form very basic sentences and understand very basic sentences. So the main objective of the course is not to teach the language per se, but rather to teach them a skill that helps them to learn the language more easily in the future. It's not necessarily a bad thing if the students don't know a lot of words, because the words that are used to demonstrate how to apply the phonic rules in the textbooks and in the supplementary materials are not very difficult words. If the students don't know the words, they will have to apply or practice applying the rules. And then they can learn the rules faster. And after they are more familiar with the letter sounds and the phonic rules, the teacher is expected to teach them the meaning of the words. Sometimes it could be challenging because they don't know that much English. So the teacher could use some pictures, videos, gestures, and actions to have them have a better understanding of the meaning of the words. So we can see that there are two objectives of this course. First, to learn to read and write words and passages according to the letter sounds. Second, to enlarge the students' vocabulary. This course is mainly to teach the students regular words, that is, the words that follow the phonic rules that they learn in this course. But please make sure that the students understand that these are not all the rules, all the phonic rules in English. And there are many words in English that don't follow phonic rules. These are what is called tricky words. Some tricky words are very commonly used words. In the second semester of the course, the students will be asked to practice applying the phonic rules on sentences and short passages. Tell them that they have to memorize the pronunciation and the spelling of the words. Skill number 1, learning the letter sounds. These are all the letter sounds that will be covered in this course. There are 7 groups of sounds. Each letter sound group is introduced by 1 volume of the textbooks. Altogether, there are 7 volumes of the textbook. We can see that the letter sounds are introduced gradually from easier and more frequently used single letter sounds to more difficult double letter sounds. And there are some vowel sounds. There are also some consonant sounds. The teacher can teach the students some actions to help them remember the letter or the letters that represent the sounds. As a child progresses, you can point to the letters and see how quickly they can do the action and say the sound. As a child becomes more confident, the actions are no longer necessary. This is an example in the textbook of an action that we could use to help the student remember the letter sound. Now, for the letter sound a, the suggestion is wiggle fingers above elbow as if ants crawling on you and say ah. Skill number 2, learning letter formation. That is to teach the children how to write the letters. With very little children, we have to teach them how to hold a pencil in the first place. And we have prepared some letter tracing worksheets for the children to practice writing the letters. So this is a worksheet for the capital letter A. The series of books that we use for this course suggests that the teacher can also teach the students the joined up writing. But considering our target students for this course, we think joined up writing is not necessary at this stage of learning. Skill number 3, blending. Blending is to put individual letter sounds together to pronounce words. For example, the word sheep. We have 3 sounds that make up this word. Sh, e, p, sheep. Please refer to the teacher training videos for more instructions as to how to teach the students to blend. Blending takes repetitive practice. Try to make it fun. Pay attention to digraphs, which are sounds represented by 2 letters. Make the students understand that they should sound out the digraph instead of the individual letters. Skill number 4, identifying sounds in words. This is a very important listening practice in order to improve the students' phonological awareness. Say some words. Help students recognize the individual sounds that make up the words and write the words down. So this is how we do it in a step-by-step way. Start by having the students listen for the first sound in a word. Next, make the students listen for the end sounds. For example, for the word sheep, ask them what is the first sound of the word. Try to help them recognize the sound sh at the beginning of the word, and ask them what is the last sound of the word, which is p, and then try to help them recognize the middle sound, which is the vowel part of the word. Usually the middle sound of a word is the hardest to hear. Begin with simple three-letter words such as cat or hot. A good idea is to say a word and tap out the sounds. One tap means one sound. 3 taps means 3 sounds. For example, the word cat. Say each sound as you tap. K, a, t, cat. Take care with digraphs. For example, the word fish. Fish has 4 letters but only 3 sounds. F, I, sh. In order to practice the skill, there are some activities that we could do with the students in class. First, add a sound. Ask the students to figure out what will happen if the sound p is added to the beginning of the word ink. The answer is pink. And the second activity that we can do is to take away a sound. For example, the word pink. What do I get if I take away p from pink? The answer is ink. Skill number 5, spelling the tricky words. Introduce the tricky words somewhere in the second semester to the students. We could take this procedure to help them understand the tricky words. Look, cover, write, and check. First, make the students look at the word to see which bit is tricky. It's also a good way for them to review the letter sound rules, and then ask them to try writing the word in the air, saying the letters, and then cover the word over and see if the students can write it correctly. And lastly, check to make sure. Now let's look at some teaching resources for us to use for this course. These two are particularly for the teachers to use to be better prepared for teaching the course. Jolly Phonics Guide and teacher training videos. And Jolly Finger Phonics is the textbook for this course. Jolly Phonics activity books and Jolly Phonics pupil books are used as supplementary materials for in-class activities and after-class assignment. In the second semester, Jolly Reader's Red Level will be used to help students read and write phrases, sentences, and short passages. Jolly Phonics DVD videos give instructions and demonstrations as to how to pronounce each letter sound. The teachers could use them in class, and the students can also use them after class for review. Alpha blocks are fun cartoons about word formation. The students can watch them for fun after class. There are 2 sections of lessons arranged for this course. Section 1 is for Semester 1. Section 2 is for Semester 2. 16 lessons are conducted for each semester. Each lesson lasts 1 hour. At least 2 lessons should be conducted per week. Homework. We need to assign some homework for the students to do after class, after each lesson. Please give the students very clear written instructions as to what homework to do and how to do the homework. There are some instructions for all the exercises in the textbooks and in the supplementary materials. Sometimes we might find it necessary to make some adjustments or changes to the instructions. Thank you. And please make sure that the students are clear about what they are supposed to do and how they are supposed to do it. And please make sure that the files that the students need to finish the homework are provided properly as well. Give them a clear deadline for the homework to be handed in. And in our case, all the homework has to be uploaded to the ClassIn system. And please make sure that the submitted homework is scored and reviewed with the students in class. Please update Ethan of the students' performance from time to time, especially when they are doing extremely well or when they are not doing as well as expected. Assessments. At least one assessment needs to be conducted for each semester. We have prepared 2 final assessment papers for this course. Please find them in the course packages. We suggest that you follow the general format of the test papers. There is a possibility that your class has not followed what the syllabus has scheduled exactly. In that case, please reflect the gap or the difference in the final assessment paper. The students are tested on what they have learned or what they have been taught in this course. Make sure that the assessment is conducted in class. Before they come to the class for the assessment, the students will have to print out their worksheet to do the assessment before class. And please arrange a review lesson before the assessment and a make-up lesson after the assessment. The results of the assessment should be shared with Ethan and included in the term end report form. How to evaluate the student's performance. A student's final score for a semester consists of 3 parts. First, the class performance, which accounts for 20% of the total score. Homework, 20%. And the score that the students get in their final assessment paper is 60%. Class performance means whether they are on time for class, whether they are attentive to the teacher, whether they are willing to participate in class activities, whether they are able to grasp the critical points of the lessons. Homework, whether the students are able to finish the homework, whether they demonstrate good comprehension of the lessons based on their homework. Final exam, the actual score that the students get in the final assessment paper. And this is how the students' scores are translated into letter grades. Now let's take a look at the course plan. The course plan is the master plan of the course. we can see it covers a lot of important information about the course. Course objectives, textbooks and materials, time arrangement, lesson preparation, class procedures, and the evaluation of the students' performance. The second half of the course plan is the syllabus. In the syllabus, we can see the lesson number, the topics for this lesson, and the objectives of this lesson. All the materials that are used in this lesson, both in class and after class, are listed here. And if you look at the homework section, these are some suggested assignments that we can give to the students. The Chinese instructions are mainly for the parents to read. First of all, the parents would like to know what homework their children are supposed to do, what they have learned in class, how much they are supposed to achieve week by week. And secondly, it's also the parents' responsibility to help their children download and print out the materials that they need to do the homework every week. And it's also their responsibility to help them upload their finished homework to ClassIn. From the syllabus, we can also see when a review lesson is scheduled. This is a review lesson in the middle of the term. And at the end of the term, there is another review lesson right before the final assessment lesson. And after the final assessment lesson, there will be a makeup lesson. And that is the end of this semester. And then we have the syllabus for the second semester. Now, let me share with you how to access all these teaching and learning materials. First of all, go to Google Drive and find the course Phonics. Open it and you will see 3 folders: course packages, course plans, and student packages. The course packages and course plans are mainly for the teachers to use, and the student packages are accessible for the students. If you look at the course packages, first of all, there is a package, teacher training packages, in which you'll see some materials the teachers can use to prepare for the course. And we can see that there are 2 other sections in course packages, Section 1 and Section 2. Section 1 is for Semester 1, Section 2 is for Semester 2. If we try Section 1, we can see that there is a top folder, full teaching resources. So everything that is useful for the course, all the materials, the students' worksheets, and everything are included here. And if you go back to the Section 1 folder, we see a long list of lesson folders. Each folder is dedicated to one lesson. And inside the lesson folders, we can see the materials that will be useful for this particular lesson. and you will find the course plan in the course plan folder. This is the student packages folder. Again, there are two sections. On the top folder, we have all the materials that the students will use during the semester. And then we have a lesson folder list as well in students' packages so that they can access the materials for each particular lesson. So that is about everything I'd like to share with you today about the course Phonics. I hope you enjoy teaching the course and would like to hear from you about your suggestions and ideas. Thank you.